Hello! Kumusta po mga kamatinik? Welcome to another episode for Quarter 3, Week number 5. Ayan nga po, tayo ay nasa week number 5. And today's episode, we will be having the lesson all about sequence and solving simple equations. But before that, I will present first the answer key from the previous episode natin para sa ating quarter 3 week number 4. So please check now your answers. Okay, and here is the answer key for quarter 3 week number 4. Number 1, line segment AF is radius. Number 2, line segment DG is chord. Number 3, point A is center. Number 4, line BD is called secant. Alright, and for number 5, line segment FH is diameter. Ayan! Congratulations to those who got perfect score. And later, I will announce kung sino ang ating top 5 na mabilis na sumagot at nakakuha ng perfect score at sila ang tatawagin nating Mathematics of the Week. Abangan natin yan maya-maya. Kung gusto nyo maging Mathematics of the Week, sagutin nyo lamang ang ating Math Try nga! Pero syempre, dapat tumutok muna para makakuha ka ng mga tamang sagot maya-maya. Kaya't makinig na't matuto kay Maestro Olaso. Oops! Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell para updated kayo sa mga bago kong video. Like, share, and don't skip the ad. Mga kumatinik para happy lang tayo. Okay? And simulan na natin ang ating aralin. Today, I'll be discussing with you 2 topics. But let's start with our first lesson about formulating the rule in finding the next term in a sequence. Numbers in number 1, figures in number 2, and letters in number 3 are arranged in a definite order. And this order ay tinatawag nating sequence. Notice that itong number 1, that the next number will be obtained, ayan, by adding 2 to the previous number. So 2 plus 2, we have 4. 4 plus 2, we have 6. 6 plus 2, we have 8. And 8 plus 2, therefore, the missing term is 10. Okay? And let's have now number 2. Observe that the shaded heart is rotating clockwise around the circle. For the first figure, heart goes to the upper left corner. Then it goes to upper right corner. Then lower right corner. Therefore, the next term is, we have now the heart goes to in the lower left corner. Okay? Then let's have letter. We have number 3. Letter in the sequence consists of every third letter of the alphabet by skipping every 2 letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, then J. So by skipping 2 letters K and L, the 5th letter is M. Okay. Now, a sequence, pag sinabi nating sequence, pakitandaan to mga kamathnik, a sequence is a set of numbers written in a spatial order by the application of a definite rule. Ayan. So we have now the sequence. Example, 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. Each number in the sequence is called term. So ang tawag dito, ito yung mga term natin. First term, 4 is the second term, 6 is our third term, 8 is our fourth term. At para makuha natin yung ating fifth term, kailangan nating pag-isipan yung rule. Ayan, yung ibig sabihin ng rule. So ano ang rule dito? Kanina, di ba, pinresent natin yan. So ang rule dito is adding 2 for every term. So by adding 2 for every term, so we have now the last term, which is 10. Alright. So, naintindihan po, ha? So, alam na, familiar na yung word na sequence, yung pagkasunod-sunod ng mga numbers, yung rule, ito yung plus 2, then ang tawag natin for every number ay tinatawag nating term. This time, given the sequence, ayan, let's formulate the rule, and after that, get the next two terms in the sequence. Oops, just take note of this. In formulating the rule, when the sequence is increasing, pakitandaan yan, it's obvious that the operation there is either or both addition and or multiplication kasi tumataas. While if the sequence is decreasing, obviously, bumababa, ang operation dyan is either subtraction and or division. But there are times that combination of any one or two of the four operation depende sa rule na makikreate ninyo. And another reminder, if you already formulated a rule, see to it that the rule is applicable to all the terms. Kasi minsan may mga naiisip tayo na rule na applicable lang sa first and second term. Pero pagdating sa mga sumunod na terms ay hindi na pwede. Kaya dapat itry nating i-apply muna sa lahat ng terms to make sure that the rule you will apply to find the missing terms is correct. Tama. Okay? So let's try this example. Ayan. So we have now 3, 6, 9, and so on. What do you think is the rule? Ayan. And what are the next two terms? Ayan, may naiisip ka na ba? Yes, you are correct. The rule is plus 3 or add 3 to every term. So, we have now 9. Ito yung ating huling term. Para makuha natin yung next term, let's add 9 plus 3 equals 12. And 12 plus 3, we have 15. Ayan. So, nagkakaintindihan ba tayo? Okay, next sequence. Ayan na. 3, 6, 12, and so on. What do you think is the rule? And what are the next two terms? Ayan, tingnan nyo to ha. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina. Look at these two examples. Ayan. 'Di ba? Pareho ang kanilang start sa first and the second term. Pero pagdating dun sa third term ay iba na. Kaya yan yung sinasabi kong be careful in formulating the rule. So ano na ang sagot ninyo dito sa ating second sequence? Yes, the rule there is multiply by 2 or times 2. So, i-apply mo, for example, 3 times 2, ayan, 6, tama. 6 times 2, we have 12. Therefore, when we continue now the rule, 12 times 2, we have 24, and 24 times 2 is 48. Therefore, the next two terms are 24 and 48. Ayan. Nagigets nyo? Trial and error lang. Try. Mag-isip ka lang ng rule. Then, let's have 81. Ano ang napapansin? 68. 55. Decreasing siya, And so on. So, what do you think is the rule? And what are the next two terms? Sige nga po. Ayan. Yes, the rule is minus 13 or subtract 13 to each term. 81 minus 13, 68. 68 minus 13, 55. So, tama yung rule natin yun. So, to get the next two terms, 55 minus 13 is 42. Then 42 minus 13, we have 29. Therefore, our next two terms are 42 and 29. Okay? This time, let's level up! Yan. Sometimes, in formulating a rule, think of two operations or different number but still following the pattern pa rin. Let's try this example. Ayan. 1, 5, 13, 29, and so on. Ayan. Naiisip mo na ba? Could you think of a rule or kailangan pa ng oras? Sige, pagbibigyan kayo ha. Pause nyo muna ito. Pag-isipan nyo munang mabuti. Kung gusto nyong kunin, sige, bibigyan ko kayo. Pause it now. Ayan, pag pinalay mo na ulit, ibig sabihin may nakuha ka ng sagot. So, what do you think is the rule in this sequence? 1, 5, 13, 29. Yes, we have now multiply by 2 and add by 3 times 2 plus 3. Or pwede rin, 1, nagdagdag ng 4. Ayan, so magkaiba yung rule natin, no? Ayan ang sinasabi ko, pwede yan. Kahit magkaiba ang rule, kung applicable sa lahat ng terms, walang problema. Then the next, 5 plus 8, we have 13. Then 13 plus 16, we have 29. Or i-apply natin yung rule na to. 1 times 2, 2. Plus 3, we have 5. Next, 5 times 2, we have 10. Plus 3, we have 13. So tama. 13 times 2, we have, yes, 26 plus 3, we have 29. So, kung meron pa kayo naiisip na rule dyan at in-apply mo sa lahat ng terms, walang problema yon, no? So, tama rin yon. Okay, so, the next two terms now, 29 times 2 plus 3, we have 61. Then, 61 times 2 plus 3 equals 125. Or, let us use, kung 16, pag dinoble mo, 32. 61 or 29 plus 32 is 61. Okay? Then 61 plus 64, we have 125. Alright? I hope you also got all the correct rules and terms. Ayan. Ayan sinasabi ko kanina. There are cases that we can formulate different rules. But the most important is, sabi ko nga, it applies the rule to all the terms. So that when you ask for the next term, eto, yung dalawang terms, you will get the correct term. Kasi minsan, sabi ko nga kanina, iba yung rule. Minsan nakakapag-isip ka, iba ang rule mo dun sa ibang rule. Ano? Pero kapag in-apply mo naman ay tama naman. Walang problema yon. So again, pero dapat siguraduhin mong it applies all the terms. Okay? So let's proceed now. Tapos na tayo sa ating first topic. We will proceed to our next topic. It's all about solving for the unknown in simple equations involving one or more operations on whole numbers and fractions. Ayan. Pag-uusapan natin ang simple equations. Tuloy na natin yan. When we say simple equations, we have these examples. 3 plus 4 equals 9 minus 2, which both are equal to 7. Same with 2 times 3 equals 8 minus 2, which is both equal to 6. It is also an equation if you encounter like this. 3/4 plus b equals 4. What do we mean by this one. So, ano bang ibig sabihin? So, ano nga ba ulit ang ibig sabihin ng equation? Balikan natin, no? So, when we say equation, it is a sentence in mathematics that contains an equal sign. Ayan, yun naman pala ang ibig sabihin ng equation. Kaya sa tinawag na equation because of the equal sign. Pag wala siyang equal sign, hindi siya pwedeng tawaging equation. So, anong kinaibahan ng equation kay expression? Diba naririnig nyo yon? Ano bang ibig sabihin ng equals? Ang ibig sabihin niyan, the equal sign tells that an expression on the left, ito on the left, is equivalent to the expression on the right. So, ibig sabihin, di ba, 3 plus 4 equals 7, yung 9 minus 2 equals 7 din. So, ito yung tinatawag na expression, no? 3 plus 4 is an expression. Pero kapag meron na siyang equal sign, ang tawag na natin dyan ay equation. Okay. To discuss, we have a variable. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng variable? A variable or a known is represented by a letter which may take in different values. So, kanina, balikan natin yung equation. 3/4 plus b equals 4. So, ito yung tinatawag na variable. B, di ba? Any letter po ay pwede nating gamitin, A to Z. Pero mostly the common variable na ginagamit natin ay N kasi nga ang hinahanap natin ay number. Pero kahit anong letter ay pwede nating gamitin. Pag sinabi naman natin constant, it is a fixed value that does not change. Hindi siya nagbabago. And the solution of an equation is a number that makes the sentence true. The process of finding a solution is called solving an equation. So, etong pangatlong equation, kailangan nating mag-solve para malaman natin yung unknown, yung variable na ito, anong number ba ang nire-represent ninyo. Yun ang ating tatalakayin kung paano makuha yung unknown, solving the unknown of an equation. Let's go! Ayan, let's try this one. A number increased by 5 is 12. So let's create now an equation. It means that n, gamitin natin yung variable na n para hindi na tayo masyadong lalayo pa kasi we are talking of a number, hinahanap natin yung n. Pero sabi ko nga kanina, any letter po ay pwede natin gamitin as variable. Pwedeng A to Z, no? So, for the meantime, gamitin natin yung n. So, n, pag sinabi natin increased, it means plus. So, increased by 5. So, we have n plus 5 equals 12. Now, to get the unknown number, let's use the first strategy, which is working backward strategy. The word working backward means we will start from the end going back to the first step. Parang sasakyan lang niya, umaatras lang tayo. Kaya the operations we will use there is the opposite of the given. Ano ibig sabihin ng opposite? Remember, addition and subtraction are the inverse operations. Sila yung magkabaliktaran. No? Kung addition yung una, pag nag-backward tayo, gagamitin natin yung subtraction. Parang ganun din. Pag subtraction, pag nag-backward or working backward, mag-a-add tayo. And also, multiplication and division are the inverse naman. Kung mag-multiply ka or multiplication yan, you have to use division kapag working backward. Ganun din pag division, mag-multiply tayo. So, that is the opposite or the inverse operation. So, let's try now. We have n plus 5 equals 12. Starting from 12, since the given is addition, no? Magsimula tayo, plus 5. So, nag-work backward tayo. So, what's the opposite of plus 5? Yes, we have minus 5. So, 12 minus 5 equals 7. Therefore, n equals 7. Yung nawawala daw na number ay 7. So, let's try another strategy. Tingnan natin kung pareho yung magiging sagot natin. This strategy is what you call properties of equality. No? So, anong ibig sabihin ng properties. So let's have now n plus 5 equals 12. By applying now the subtraction property of equality, we will subtract 5 from both sides. Ayan, minus 5, minus 5. Why minus 5? Because, alam nyo, balikan natin, no? Anong ibig sabihin ng properties of equality pala? Pag sinabi natin properties of equality, ito yung by adding, or by subtracting, or multiplying, or dividing the same number both sides of an equation, which is the result. It is also equivalent to the original equation. Walang nagbabago, no? Kahit mag-add ka pa, basta same number. For example, dito, in-apply natin yung subtraction property of equality. So, we have minus 5. Nag-subtract tayo both side ng minus 5. Ayan. So, bakit minus pala, sir? Because the given is plus 5. So, get the opposite of it, we have minus 5. Okay? So, we have now subtracting minus 5 both sides. So, we have now 5 minus 5. O, bakit minus 5? Ayan, para maging 0 na siya at matira na lang yung n. Then, we have 12 minus 5. It's 7. So, n equals 7. Now, if you want to check, parehas ang sagot natin, no? Para mas maging makasiguro pa tayo, let us check the answer by following again the equation. N plus 5 equals 12. So, applying or substituting now the value of 7. So, 7 plus 5, we have 12. So, they are equal. It means that the answer 7, yung nawawala, yung ating unknown is correct. Yan ang ibig sabihin yan. Ibig sabihin, 7 yung ating answer. A number increased by 5 is 12. So, the number is 7 is the answer. Let's have another example. Ayan. Ito naman. Twice a number plus 3 is 21. So, the equation means 2. Pag sinabi natin twice, di ba, times? 2 times n plus 3 equals 21. Again, let us use the working backwards strategy. So, 2 times n plus 3 equals 21. Let's start with 21. Okay? 21 from plus, we have now minus 3. So, 21 minus 3 equals 18. Then, 18 from times 2, the opposite is divided by 2, which makes the answer 9. So, n is equal to 9. Yan ang ating sagot. And let us use, by using another strategy, the properties of equality. 2 times n plus 3 equals 21. Since there are two operations in the left expression, you choose which first to apply. It's, bahala kayo kung subtraction muna, minus 3, or yung division property, divided by 2. So, let's use now or choose subtraction property. Okay? Subtraction property of equality. So, we subtract minus 3 both sides. We have minus 3, another minus 3. Ayan, yun ang ating inuna. Bakit minus 3? Again, para mawala na yung isang 3. Kasi 3 minus 3 ay 0, di ba? So, pag nawala yan, so ang matitira na lang ay 2 times n equals, yung sagot natin, 21 minus 3, we have 18. So, meron pang natitirang number. Para mawala yan, let us now apply the division, the opposite, dahil multiplication to. So, let's apply division property of equality. So, by dividing both by 2, ayan, para 2 divided by 2, 1 na lang, ang matitira na lang ay n. So, 18 divided by 2, we have 9. Therefore, n equals 9. And, gusto mong i-check, let us use again the equation. 2 times n plus 3 equals 21. Substitute now the value of n, which is 9. So, 2 times 9 equals 18 plus 3 equals 21. So they are equal. 21 is equal to 21. That means that the answer 9 is super correct. Ayan. Huwag na nating patagalin pa. What if ganito naman ang magiging equation natin? 1/2 of a number is 30. What is the number? Again, let's create an equation. That means 1/2 times n equals 30. Let's use the working backwards strategy. Ayan, 1/2 times n equals 30. To start at the end, we have 30. Since times 1/2, get the opposite, it means divided by 1/2. So tingnan natin sa 30 divided by 1/2. Let's go back to our lesson on dividing whole numbers by a fraction. Ayan, alalahanin natin. Naalala pa ba? Remember the CCF method? C stands for copy. So just copy the dividend 30 since it is a whole number. Para maging fraction siya, lagyan natin siya ng denominator na 1. The second C is change from division, change to multiplication. Then F means flip. 1/2, baliktarin natin, kaya naging 2 over 1. Then, multiply. 30 times 2, we have 60. 1 times 1, we have 1. 60 over 1, or 60 divided by 1 equals 60. That means, n is 60. Yung ating number ay 60. Let's apply naman the second strategy. Ayan. We have the properties of equality. 1/2 times n equals 30. To remain again, let's apply what? Dahil times yan, ano yung opposite? Yes, division property of equality. So by dividing, anong i-divide natin? Divide both by 1/2. Ayan, 1/2 divided by 1/2 times n equals 30 divided by 1/2. Again, balikan natin yung ating CCF. 1/2, copy natin C, copy 1/2. Then, change division to multiplication. We have times. Then, flip natin yung 1/2, 2 over 1. Then, copy muna yung times n equals. Same, CCF, copy 30 by putting denominator 1. We have 30 over 1. Change to multiplication. Then, 1/2, balik na rin natin 2 over 1. Therefore, so alam naman natin to, 1 times 2, 2. 2 times 1, 1. Naalala pa ba yan? The fraction multiplied by its reciprocal, we have 1n. So therefore, n, which is 30 times 2, 60. 1 times 1 over, so 60 divided by 1. So we have the answer 60. And to check, apply natin ulit ang equation. 1/2 times n equals 30. Substitute natin yung nakuha nating sagot na 60. 1/2 times 60 equals 30. So alam natin yan. Logically, 1/2 of 60 or 1/2 times 60 is equal to 30. So 30, they are equal. That means na ang sagot nating 60 is definitely correct. Ayan. Sana nakuha nyo din ang sagot na 60, ha? Let's try the last example. Ayan, eto na. A number divided by 4 is equal to 7. What is the number? Ayan, so the equation is now, ano yung equation natin? n over 4 equals 7 or n divided by 4 equals 7. Parehas lang po yan, ho? So let's start the working backwards strategy. N divided by 4 equals 7. Starting from 7, divide, the opposite is multiply lang. So, nag-divide tayo, so nag-backward tayo, so naging multiplication. So 7 times 4 equals 28. Therefore, n equals 28. Yun ang sagot. Let's try another strategy. Tingnan natin kung parehas ang magiging sagot. Properties of equality. We have the equation n over 4 or n divided by 4 equals 7. Kung nag-divide tayo, anong property of equality ang gagamitin natin? Yes, we will have the opposite multiplication property of equality. Ibig sabihin nun, we will multiply both by 4. Ayan. Now, as you notice, di ba, the cancellation method, pag kinancel natin yung 4 over 4, that means 1. So, matitira na dyan yung n. Kapag multiply naman natin yung 7 times 4, we have 28. Therefore, n equals 28. Ngayon, to check, let's use n over 4 or n divided by 4 equals 7. So, 28 divided by 4 equals 7. So, 28 divided by 4 is also 7 equals 7. They are equal. That means, ang sagot na 28 ay tama. Ayan. Yan po yung ating mga strategies on how to find the unknown in a simple equation. Okay? So, sabi ko nga sa inyo, it's up to you which strategy now are you going to use or you are going to use. The working backward strategy or the properties of equality. And if you know other strategy on how to solve the unknown in a simple equation, then you can use that as long as you arrive with the same answer as the other strategies applied. Kung alin ang mas napapadaling strategy or method na gamitin sa pagkuha ng unknown sa isang simple equation, walang problema. Yun ang gamitin mo. Basta tama yung magiging sagot mo. Alright? Ayan po. I think we are done with the two topics for this episode. Okay? Siyempre, dahil tapos na tayo, this time to test if you really learned in our lesson for week number 5. Get ready and say, Math try nga! Alright, calling of you grade 5 learners, please type or comment your answers in the comment section of this episode. Just type your complete name, the name and location of your school, and your answer para ma-recognize kita. Again, there are only 5 items to answer. You can pause the question if you want to read and understand it over and over again. Are you ready? Let's do math try nga! Okay, for part 1, formulate the rule to find the next term of the following sequences. Number 1, 45, 42, 39, 36, 33, and what is the next term? Number 2, 2, 6, 18, 54. What is the next term? Number 3, 1, 5, 13, 29, 61. And what is the next term? For part 2, solve for the unknown n in the following equations. Number 4, 3 times n equals 27. So what is the n? Number 5, n over 5 or n divided by 5 equals 4. So what is n? Alright? So I think you have now your answer. Kindly comment it now and abangan baka kayo ang ating maging Mathinic of the Week sa susunod nating episode. And before we finally end, I would like to present to you our Mathinics of the Week. Yes, our first Mathinic of the Week ay walang iba mula sa section Adidas from Mandaluyong City. We have Neil Danher D. Bernal. Congratulations! Next, we have the second Mathinic of the Week from Tipas Elementary School Annex, Taguig City. We have Micah B. Sorilla. Congratulations! Ayan, na-perfect siya. Ang ating third na mabilis na sumagot. Third Mathinic of the Week, walang iba kundi from Taguig Integrated School, Santa Ana, Taguig City, we have Randolph Devin G. Onza. Congratulations, Randolph! And our fourth Mathinic of the Week from, Grade 5 Maharlika Integrated School, again, Taguig City, Andrew Emmanuel Vego. Suki na natin ito. Congratulations, Andrew! And ang ating last Mathinic of the Week from Pembo Elementary School, Makati City, Prince William C. Perez. Congratulations, Prince! Thank you so much po to all of you and congratulations din sa iba pang mga naka-perfect ng ating math try nga. Keep up your good attitude. Remember that the best way to learn is to apply what you have learned. And if you get a mistake, do not worry. That is another way of learning. Again, shout out po sa inyong lahat na sumusuporta at nag-aabang ng aking mga episode. Thank you very much po mga kaguro, mga magulang at mga mag-aaral mula Luzon hanggang sa Mindanao. God bless po. And that concludes our episode for third quarter, week number 5. Again, maraming salamat po. Diyos mabalos. See you in the next episode. Happy learning!